my fellow Goans, other residents of Goa, and fellow Indians. Today I speak from Goa on behalf of the Enough is Enough movement. Earlier, I have released a video in Konkani explaining some facts about casino operations in Goa and its effect on our culture and heritage. Today I speak in English to reach a larger audience, both in Goa and outside Goa, to know how successive governments in Goa have been taken hostage by the powerful casino lobby, and in spite of the attention of the government being brought to various illegalities, no steps are being taken. Casinos in Goa are land-based in five-star hotels and on vessels. In five-star hotels, under Section 13A of the Goa Public Gambling Act, casinos are authorized to operate only game of electronic amusement and slot machines, and on board the vessels, such table games and gaming offshore as may be notified. The government of Goa has now prohibited resident Goans from playing in the casinos on the ground that it is causing economic hardship to families. The government seems to have forgotten that all of us are citizens of this country, and if gambling is bad for one section of citizens staying in a geographical area, it is equally bad to families or other citizens staying outside another geographical area within India. The Enough is Enough movement had formulated a 10-point charter, and one of which was to remove vessels operating in the river Mandovi to the territorial waters under the PG Act. Earlier, under Section 13A, the licensees within the time frame had to move out of the river Mandovi. This was never enforced. Section 13B to the PG Act came into force on 1st February 2020. Under Section 13B, casino vessels have to operate from the territorial waters. Territorial waters is a well-defined term under the Indian Continental Shelf Act. The vessels, however, continue to be permanently moved in the Mandovi against all rules, and the government is taking no steps for their removal, but on the contrary, actively helping the casino operators by various notifications and cabinet decisions. Gambling is not a trade in which any citizen has the fundamental right. In law, it is known as res extra commercium. In the words of the finance minister, this is a sin industry. The government can allow this activity and can also withdraw it. No other state in the Indian Union allows this activity. The casino owners, using their financial strength, have been able to persuade successive governments to allow casinos to operate in Goa. It is for the people to draw their own conclusions as to the quid pro quo between the casino owners and the government. Let me give some chronological facts so everybody understands how successive governments have failed the people of Goa and who was the chief minister at the relevant time and the party such CM belong to or belongs to. In 1992, the Goa Public Gambling Act was amended to provide for gambling in five-star hotels. Under Section 13A, in five-star hotels, there could be games of electronic amusement and slot machines. The law remains unchanged till date. But as I understand, gaming is going on unchecked in the five-star hotels. The Chief Minister then was the late Ravi Naik, then of the Indian National Congress. The government, to give effect to the provisions of Section 13A of the PG Act, issued a notification on 9th November 1995, which has been amended from time to time. Initially, under the notification, the vessels had to move out of the Mandavi within the time frame, and it also to give undertakings to move out of the Mandavi. The licenses could be renewed only if such undertaking was given. In 1996, Section 13A of the PG Act was further amended to provide for table games and gaming on board in vessels offshore. The Chief Minister was Mr. Pratap Singh Rane of the Indian National Congress. In 2012, the PG Act was amended and sections 13B to 13N were introduced. Section 13B provides that gaming on board the vessels would be in the territorial waters. Though the Assembly had passed the Act, it was never brought into force until 2020. The Chief Minister was the late Manohar Parrikar of the BJP. On 14th August 2013, the Cabinet took a decision as a policy to relocate the offshore casinos located in the river Mandavi to an alternative feasible site. The Chief Minister was the late Manohar Parrikar. In 2013, two provisos were added to Condition 5, Clause 4, which specifically set out that time was being extended to enable casino operators to make alternative arrangements for moving out of River Mandavi. The Chief Minister then was the late Manohar Parrikar of the BJP. In 2016, a third proviso was added, and for the first time, the government took upon itself the responsibility of finding an alternative site for the casinos outside the river Mandavi. The Chief Minister's relevant time was Mr. Lakshmikant Parsekar of the BJP. On 2nd February 2020, the amendment was notified and came into force. But till date, the rules have not been framed. The Chief Minister is the present Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant of the BJP. Between 2023 and 2025, no notification was issued under the third proviso to Condition 5, Clause 4, and as such, no gaming could have been carried out on board the vessels. Yet, no steps were taken to stop activities, either by the Gaming Commissioner or by the Goa Police. On the contrary, in December 2024, the Cabinet Secretary illegally and contrary to the provisions of Section 13B of the PG Act, put up a note for extending the period from 1st April 2023 to 31st March 2025. The Cabinet, however, approved the resolution from 1st April 2023 to 31st March 2027. The Chief Minister was Dr. Pramod Sawant. Representations have been made to the Honorable President, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Governor of Goa, and the Chief Minister of Goa. The deadline for removal from the river Mandavi was July 2026. We are in July and still no steps have been taken, nor has the movement heard from the government. These inactions on the part of the Goa government would make it clear that there is pressure on the Goa government from the casino lobby. I am now raising questions for the government to answer, as it would be demonstratively clear that only conclusion for the government's patronage of the casino owners is definitely a quid pro quo. I may also point out that none of the political parties in Goa in the past have raised issues on casinos, though the opposition political parties have now supported the 10-point charter, including the removal of the casinos from the river Mandavi. Our questions to the Goa government. Under Section 13B, casinos operating vessels can only carry on gaming in the territorial waters of Goa from 1st February 2020. Can the government answer as to why are the casinos still operating in the river Mandavi? What are the reasons for the non-action by the Home Minister, the Commissioner appointed under Section 13C of the PG Act, and the Goa Police? What is the nexus between the casino operators and all these departments? Can the government give us the reasons for non-enforcement of the law, or are we to assume that this is because there is a nexus between the government and the casino owners? Section 13B to 13L of the PG Act came into operation with effect from 1st February 2020. The Home Minister and the Chief Minister is Dr. Pramod Sawant till date. Can the people know as to why till date no rules have been notified as are required, more specifically by Section 13DC and other provisions? Is it because the casino owners have pressurized the government not to notify the rules so that the gaming commissioner can allege that he cannot discharge his duties? Under Section 13A, in five-star hotels, only games of electronic amusement, slot machines, are allowed. Information received from reliable sources is that gaming is being carried out in all the five-star hotels. Gaming Commissioner can exercise powers under Section 13C. Why has the Gaming Commissioner, in exercise of his powers under Section 13D, A, B, E, and F, failed to inspect the premises and has not exercised this power to cancel the licenses in five-star hotels which are carrying on gaming? Who has put pressure on the Gaming Commissioner not to discharge his duties? Up to 2013, the requirement was that casino vessels who had given undertaking had to move out of the river Mandavi in 2013. Why did the Goa cabinet take a decision to relocate the casinos in the river Mandavi to an alternative feasible site? Was there a quid pro quo? In 2016, a third proviso was added to Para 5, Clause 4, by which the government took upon itself the responsibility for finding alternative sites for casinos to carry out gaming operations? Why did the government take the responsibility upon itself? And why till February 2020 was an alternative site not found? What is the nexus between the government and the casino owners for this inactions? Is there a quid pro quo? Under Section 13A of the PG Act, government had to issue notifications to carry out gaming on a casino vessel. Between 2023 and 2025, exactly 1st April 2023 to 31st March 2025, there was no notification and the casino vessels were allowed to carry out gaming activities without any action on the part of the Home Minister, the Gaming Commissioner, and the police. Can the people know as to why no action was taken against the casino vessels and their directors for offences under the PG Act? The Cabinet Secretary in December 2024 put up a note to the Cabinet to extend the notification for casino vessels to operate from 1st April 2023 to 31st March 2025. Why did the Cabinet, contrary to the note of the Cabinet Secretary, extend it up to 31st March 2027? What are the reasons? Is it a case of quid pro quo to help the casino owners or any other reason? Under Section 13D, the Gaming Commissioner has to issue tourist permits for a person to enter a place of gaming. Is the Gaming Commissioner exercising powers under Section 13D, E, and F? And if not, how is gaming allowed to be carried out in the casinos? Day in and day out, people are entering the casinos, and where is the Gaming Commissioner? Can the Home Minister please inform the reasons to the people of Goa as to why the Gaming Commissioner is not acting? Goans have been banned from entering the casinos on the ground that it is causing economic ruin to their families. I pause and ask a question to the Goa government. Are other families in the rest of India not suffering economic ruin? Is there a reason to differentiate between a citizen of Goan origin and citizens from the rest of the country? Will the Chief Minister please explain? The Gaming Commissioner, as per his response, is not acting from 2020 till date because there are no rules. This is contrary to the express language of Section 13D. Has the government initiated any inquiry against the Gaming Commissioner for failing to discharge his duties and allowing illegal operations of gaming on casino vessels and land-based casinos? Will the government act now and suspend the Gaming Commissioner? There are other questions which have not been raised as we await the government's response on these 20 questions. Failure by the government to respond would demonstrate that it is the casino owners who are in control of this government and the nexus between the casino owners and the government would be apparent. The people are waiting for your answers. And finally, to everyone, how can we stand by and allow this small land of ours, Goa, to have mushrooming casinos in every nook and corner? They are destroying a culture, they are destroying a heritage. And as everybody knows, wherever casinos are there is vice which I did not explain away. It is time that all of us collectively speak out. There has to be a full stop. Why are our intellectuals, professionals, religious leaders keeping quiet on this destruction of our culture and heritage and converting Goa into a casino capital? Please speak, raise your voice, and let it be heard.